Come on inside today and let's make Dash machine embroidery doll together. I cannot wait to show all the special details of him on this month's modern ragdoll pattern. Come on inside and join me. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jennifer Long from Sew a Story. I'm an early years educator turned Riley Blake Designs fabric designer. And today, inside the Modern Ragdoll membership, we are releasing Dash. This doll, he is so gorgeous. He has a completely in the hoop hat, wings, overalls, coveralls, and all of this striped detail stitching on him. He is so adorable. I am so excited for this month's machine embroidery in the hoop doll pattern. You can get it and download it today inside the Modern Ragdoll membership, where we are stitching always a special doll of the month. So this month it is Dash. He has so many great details. I am going to show them all to you. Even these adorable little shoes, the hat. We're going to talk about how to do that hat in the hoop. It is fully lined. I cannot wait to show you, and all of the great details. So if you are in the membership, you're going to want to make sure you download this month's pattern. Last month's pattern, if you missed it, was Thumbelina. So this is Thumbelina, complete with this gorgeous hair, wings, skirt, gorgeous shoes, and little pointed toes there. So they work perfectly together. I was also sewing them both up in Christmas fabrics because they have little elf ears, and I thought they would be adorable as well in holiday fabrics. But this is using my Thumbelina fabric collection that is just out. It's brand new. You can see it right over there, and it has all these wonderful whimsical colors and designs, and it's so exciting. All right. So a couple of things we wanted to share before we get started. If you are in the Modern Ragdoll membership, hello, come on in and make sure you download Dash sewing pattern, machine embroidery pattern, pardon me. It comes in 3 sizes, 14, 16, and 18-inch dolls. They're all zipped together, as well as all the formats that you're going to need for your home embroidery machine to make any of those sizes in the 5x7, 6x10, or 8x12 hoops. If you're in the membership, you also get the bonus, which is the holiday gift tags, Dash edition. So it looks like this, the cover, and then the tags look like this. So you can print those these 2 pages on double side, and then you're going to want to cut them out. So they say just pair these printable tags with your handmade Dash doll. And this is a great holiday gift giving. So it says this gift was made with love, handmade just for you, holiday snuggles inside, and delivered with care by Dash. So these are great little extra bonus cards. They have him in all those different colors with those backings as well. So make sure you download that. It's always available there if you are watching this video later and you like to get this Dash. So Dash, we're going to talk about how to make his hat totally in the hoop and fully aligned when I drop the camera down. But I just wanted to tell you to download him and those. If you're watching this video after the month that he is there and you are inside the membership, we have something special for members only, and it is a doll only exclusive shop where all of our past doll patterns are in, our machine embroidery doll patterns, and you can always get them for 50% off. So if you're watching this video after the month that he was showing, which is December 2025, then no worries. You can head over inside the membership once you're a member and download this pattern for 50% off. So that's a bonus that we always do for our members. A couple of things I want to share is if you are thinking about joining the membership and you haven't yet, now is definitely the time, because we're going to do a little facelift to the membership, as well as bring a community into there, as well as bring some lives and some extra details. So the price is going to increase, but if you join now, or if you are already a member, or you've been a member for the past 7 years, like some members are in there, then you will always stay at the price that you joined. So there's never been a better time, if you have an embroidery machine or have been thinking about it, to come and join us. You can easily make a doll a month, and you learn new skills and and add to your collection. So without further ado, let's get started talking through and creating some of the elements for a Dash doll. All right, everyone, I'm so excited to get started. So we are stitching together inside the Modern Ragdoll membership, the Dash doll. I cannot wait to see your Dash doll. This could be one of my very favorite dolls, all the way from his adorable hat, which we are actually going to stitch together. That's why we're all set up here. This hat is fully lined and done completely in the hoop. So I can't wait to work on that with you. Then we have his gorgeous little cute face, and look at his cute little ears that he has. He has wings that are two-sided, gorgeous. He has these adorable overalls that have lots of great detail and cover stitching on them. And look at these shoes, you guys. These shoes have little cute elf flaps on them and the details. So this is a really special doll, and I can't wait to see how you make it. But today, let's work together through the hat. We have done videos in the past of all the other parts, and if you would like, you can come on over and share. And in the community, you're welcome to share what other videos you would like to see for future dolls. And we'll try and do like one special thing about every doll each month. All right, so here we go. A couple things I wanted to share before we get started was you want to make sure if you are in the membership that you download your pattern this month. So you download your instructions. It's only available for 1 month, and then it's available inside the Modern Ragdoll exclusive shop for 50% off. But if you are here right now, make sure you go and download your Dash doll. You're going to want to download the instructions. It's all zipped together along with all the embroidery files. Then you can also, which is always available no matter when you have joined, download the bonus. And the bonus is these cute little Dash doll holiday gift tags. They are two-sided, so you put them on two sides, and they can be generic or holiday, Dash, love, handmade just for you. And you can send them along with the doll that you make. All right, so we are going to go start on page 21, and you can just choose which size you are making. My doll is the 6x10 doll, so that is the 16-inch doll, but you have the option to make the 5x7, which is the 14-inch, or the 8x12 doll, which is the 18-inch. I am going to use the 6x10, and we're going to get started. So we're going to follow along in the pattern as we work together. The first thing is we're going to hoop the stabilizer. So one thing I like to teach when I am hooping stabilizer is that I do it on a flat surface. So I do the stabilizer on my flat table on my hoop. And that gives me a lot of control, and it also gives a lot of the correct pull through the top hoop. So you'll place that and center it over top, and then just evenly push down on that top hoop, and that gives you the exact pull. There's no need to pull the stabilizer at all. It's totally flat underneath. You have it in the right position. And all you need to do here is just tighten up your hoop, and you are ready to stitch. The next thing we do is we're going to follow along the pattern is step 1. These numbers correlate to what is on your machine. If there is no number, that means it's like an action step or a trim step. So the first step is a placement stitch on your machine, and there's no thread call out there. So that means you can choose to use whatever thread you want. Maybe it's the first color, maybe it's a different color. So you can just have that ready to go. I'm going to put my hoop inside and stitch out number 1 so we can see where to place our first item. It's something a little bit special, so make sure that you are following along and stitching with us. Excellent. I'm going to take that out to see where the placement of that hat is. Super cute already. And number 2 is a tack down stitch. You'll notice that the tack down stitch, the icon for it is 2 rows of stitches, and that gives it extra stability. What you want to do is take your batting piece and place it on top. And you're going to just check all of the corners and make sure that you have about a nice 1/2 inch. That's going to really help you with trimming. Make sure that you have a 1/2 inch on all sides. If it's not, adjust it. You're welcome to washi tape it down in place or just leave it and press it flat and stitch down number 2. Again, there is no thread call out here, so you can opt to choose whatever thread color you would like for this. Okay, so we have the batting and you can see the shape of the hat starting to take shape. The next step is not a numbered step, it is an action step. It has a pair of scissors and we are trimming. I'm using my curved applique scissors and how I'm going to trim is flat on a surface. I'm not going to try and trim inside the hoop and I'm going to use that extra fabric to my advantage. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut so it's a nice straight line so my wrist is in a straight line. I'm not going to try and cut backwards to myself. We're going to see what happens when I rotate, but we're going to try and cut as close as you can to the stitches. Now we do have 2 rows of stitches there, so that is a little bit of extra stability. I'm going to take that piece and get rid of it, and I'm going to rotate the hoop and continue around the curve. So I want to be nice and close just to reduce any extra bulk that we're going to don't want inside of this hat. There, and again, rotate it one more time and come as close as you can all the way around. Good. And that's how our hat will look. The next step is taking a piece of G fabric and placing it right side up. This is the first time that you have a thread color that matches and you are going to do this tack down stitch. So I want to take my G fabric and place it on top. And I'm, again, just going to check and make sure that I have a good 1/2 inch on every side of this hat, which I do, maybe a little bit more this way. If you want to washi tape it in place, you are more than welcome to do that. And you can go ahead and stitch out step 3 on your machine. All this prep work is really going to help achieve the best results you can. Again, just make sure your fabric is flat before you press that start button. Wonderful. Okay, you're going to take that out again, and we are going to trim it. So keeping our space nice and tidy here is really going to help because don't forget we're doing multiple layers here, and we are really going to be doing a really fun technique to make this hat totally lined. So again, you're just trimming it around. Make sure you rotate that hoop as you trim. And continuing on. Following that curve. And ta-da! Okay, it's starting to look like his hat, isn't it? So the next step is a couple of detail stitches. So we're going to go and stitch number 4. Make sure it's number 4 on your machine with thread number 2. I already have that one loaded in. So I'm going to go right ahead and press begin or start. And we're going to get started stitching out thread number 2, this detail stitch. Wonderful. Now we don't need to take it out of the hoop. All we need to do is change our thread. So going on to step 5, checking it on your machine, is thread detail stitch number 9. This is the white, and we are going to just change that on our machine and go ahead and press start. Okay, Wonderful. Isn't stitching out on the batting with the fabric on top just so luxurious? I absolutely just love the effect that it has. Next up is thread number 6. We are just changing, sorry, step number 6. We are just changing it to thread number 11. And this is another detail stitch. It's the top of the mushrooms on the hat. You can feel free here to change the colors as you want, but if you're going for this look that Dash has that matches him around here, then this is going to be the thread color that you want to use. The pattern is designed, however, that everywhere thread 11 is the same as thread 11. So let's just say you wanted to make this red, you would actually have it red. So do take your front sheet and swap it out and you're going to get the same results but in different colors. It's really, really fun. Okay, let's switch this thread out. And last color switch to detail stitch thread number 1, back to thread number 1 on step 7. Right, look how cute that is already. So I always turn my jump stitch off when I'm teaching because some machines don't trim their jump stitches. Sorry, the trim on my jump stitches. So you can see that there's a little bit of lines there. So this is the time that if your machine trims that, or that's great. I turn mine off so that I can do that with those of you that don't have that, as a good reminder that this is where you would trim. So you just be very careful and get your scissors into the top thread only and just give it a little snip on each side. I like to use my curved embroidery scissors because they have a really tight point on the top and it kind of comes apart just super nicely. But the other thing is if you need to trim it on the front, that you also remember to do trimming on the back. Now, everyone can do this because there's always, some trimming that you can do on the back. And I like to keep the back of my embroidery design nice and neat and tidy. All right. Next up is step number 8. So you can just leave this thread or change to another thread if you like, but this is a placement stitch for the magic that's happening with the fully lined back. So I can't wait to show you. Let's go ahead and stitch out step number 8. I'm going to leave the same thread in there and I will show you how to do this fully lined in the hoop hat together. All right, excellent. So we have 2 lines now, one here and one here, and I'm going to show you what to do with them. So if you flip your page over, you're going to take your fabric G again, and you are going to press that fabric in half so it is completely folded. So this is my fabric G. And what I want to do is press it in half like this. And you can take your seam roller or you can go ahead and use an iron. Either way, you want it to be nicely pressed. Then what you're going to do is place it in line with those 2 lines. So it looks like this. We still have room here. It's not going to get caught over here. You can see that there's room there. You can washi tape it away and I still have perfectly that 1/2 inch at the top. So everything is aligned. I'm going to place this back into the machine for step number 9. Again, I don't need to change my thread or anything else. I'm going to put it in there and I am going to stitch this out. Okay, we are almost there. We honestly have one more step out here. So this is going to be our guide outline stitch. I'm taking my next piece of fabric here and I'm going to lay it down on top. So I'm going to put it one more time on top the third piece of fabric. And again, just make sure that it's a nice 1/2 inch over everything. I can even rotate it this way if I want to. Either way is actually, it's going to work. Okay, so I'll do that. And because it's not a directional print, I can have it tilted or straight, however I would like. So I'm going to put this back in the machine and stitch out number 10. This is a guide outline stitch, so we're going to know where to trim and we're going to place it down. Look at that. Okay, let's do the setting instructions. So you're going to remove this piece from our hoop and gently tear away the stabilizer. So here I'm going to take it away and remove it. Um, One tip and trick for removing stabilizer is that you do lay it flat on your work surface again. And what I like to do is lay my hand flat and begin the tear along the outside. So I take it there and I support the stitches with my hand, and just the same way I trim, I take it angle by angle. I rotate this around and do the same thing here. One hand is supporting the stitches and the other one is tearing away. And last time, here we go. Excellent. If you have a pair of quilty hemostats, these are a pair that I designed with Riley Blake Designs. This is a great tool that you can use to kind of get things started in here and also slide it in to pull away on the stabilizer. So to me, this is like a doll maker's best friend. And if you have a pair of these, there's so many things you can use it for. I like to use it to get into these tight spaces and just pull. It has a blunt edge on it, so it doesn't tear the fabric at all. All right, so I've got all that stabilizer pulled away. Next, we're going to trim around the piece, leaving a 1/4 inch seam allowance on all of the sides. And so I'm going to use this as a guide here. You can follow along on this stitching side, but it's easier for you to see here. So I'm going to do it on this side and trim at a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. Continue all the way around. And this side as well. So all 3 sides all the way around that hat. Excellent. Great. So then I'm going to take these and just do little notches all the way around inside this hat. All the way around. That's going to help you with the turning. Then you're going to turn this piece right side out through this opening. I am going to use my quilty hemostats because it's sort of the easiest way to turn it. But you're going to notice that there are 4 layers of fabric here. And you just want to get through the top back one and that double-sided one. And I'm going to go right into the corner and I'm going to use my quilty hemostats and pull it out. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other point and pull it through. I can get both sides coming through like this and then use my fingers just to turn it out. Oh my goodness. Okay, before I do anything, I'm going to use this blunt edge again. And I'm going to put it in and push those points out and push around all of the seams. And then I'm going to hand stitch this opening closed. Just push this through here, this point. Excellent. See if I can pull that out. There we go. Push that out all the way. Then this opening here, you're going to just close it up and do a ladder stitch on that close. But just for time, I'm going to show you what you do next. And oh, I'm going to trim this thread. You're going to turn it out one more time. So you're going to notice that there's this little flap. You're going to turn it inside out one more time. Here it comes, everyone. Yes, and you're going to just use those quilty hemostats again and just push out through the tip. And there is your adorable dash hat. Now the dash hat just sits nicely on top. If you want it to be permanent, you can do a little bit of whip stitching or tack it in, or just have a ton of fun with how it sits so whimsically onto Dash, just slightly over his ears. I cannot wait to see what you create with this month's pattern inside the Modern Ragdoll membership at Sew a Story. So happy you're here. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. How exciting. I am just over the moon excited for this month's doll. He is one of my very, very, very favorites, and I cannot wait to see what you create with him. Please share on social media and tag us. You can always email us, and we are building a community, so I'm hoping that it's ready middle of this month, and you can always share it too. It's going to be off of Facebook. It's going to be right inside the Modern Ragdoll membership, much like our Crafting Connections one is. It's going to be fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I cannot wait. In the meantime, a couple other things. If you're loving Dash and you're loving all of these patterns, oh, look where I'm standing. This is the quilt pattern of the month. This is Thumbelina. It's also inside our pattern club. So we'd love to have you in there and join. You can download that, as well as this Elfin Meadow hat is the craft sewing pattern. You get both of these patterns in the pattern club. Every single month you get a craft pattern and a quilt pattern. So it's fantastic. If you love sewing, you don't even need to download all of them because it's basically the cost of one pattern, plus there's videos and all other kinds of extra bonuses you get in there. So great deal. And then Dash, don't forget that. And then our Crafting Connections Together is a membership that is for you and your child or grandchild to create together. And we do things just like this. This is the little Dash doll and the Crafting Connections membership. This is on a toilet paper tube, you guys. Look at all of those that we had last month, and they kind of go with this theme. The Crafting Connections Together membership is different than all the other memberships, where the library continues to build for the children, and you can go ahead and grab them. So it's just opened up a couple months ago, and again in 2026, that price will definitely be changing because the quantity of crafts continues to grow in there. So make sure if you're interested in crafting with your child that you hop over to, it's called Crafting Connections Together. There was a course called Crafting Connections, and that only launches a couple times a year, but Crafting Connections Together is open all the time. All right. I cannot wait to see what you create. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely holiday. And I can't wait to see what you make with this month's pattern. It's one of my very favorites. Okay. Bye for now, everyone.